PBS is proud to present the 34th Hispanic Heritage Awards. Join us as we celebrate Salma Hayek, Carlos Santana, Ivy Queen, Cali Uchis, Coach Ron Rivera, and Latina NASA engineers, with performances by Cali Uchis, Leslie Grace, Black Pumas, Juanes, The Mavericks, Brooke, Alex Cuba, and more. Hosted by John Leguizamo. Tune in on Friday, October 8th at 8 Central, only on PBS.
Please welcome Hispanic Heritage Foundation President and CEO, Antonio Tijerino.
Good evening, everyone, and buenas noches. On behalf of the Hispanic Heritage Foundation Board of Directors, led by my brother and our chairman, Emmanuel Pleitas, and on behalf of our hardworking staff, our amazing co-host organizations, and our dedicated sponsors, it is our great privilege to welcome you to the 34th Hispanic Heritage Awards ceremony. While it would be wonderful to see all of you in person at the fabulous Kennedy Center, as we traditionally have done, I'm eternally grateful to PBS, our sponsors, and all of you for allowing us to continue what is known as America's Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. But just remember, we're Latinx year-round, con ganas. By going virtual, we're able to share our vision, accomplishment, and cultural pride with everyone, not just with a couple of thousand of you in a theater. At the Hispanic Heritage Foundation, we continue to aggressively serve by adapting our programs to the needs of our community. I've always said that we are led by our community, not the other way around. From our virtual Community Charla series to educating youth at home, including teaching 100,000 kids to code in English and in Spanish, to conducting leadership trainings through the Loft Institute across 10 fields, to our signature Youth Awards program we launched this month for the 23rd year, to our Loft Source, where we prep and place Latinx talent into positions with Fortune 500 companies to ensure we have a workforce that represents America. Speaking of representing America, I would like to recognize the leadership of the Friends of the American Latino Museum for getting us one step closer to the creation of a Smithsonian National American Latino Museum. It's important we share 500 years of not just Latino history and stories, but of American history and stories. Because we are America and our time is right now, we need to be more impatient with our impact. El futuro es ahora, and we need to learn how to lean on our youth to move forward. Standing still and being quiet shouldn't be in the game plan. We belong here and America needs us, and that impact is on display tonight through our 2021 Hispanic Heritage Awardees and the performers. Their stories are compelling and inspirational, which you'll be able to witness on PBS stations tonight and over the next few days. Check your local listings. You can also stream the awards on pbs.org in a few moments right after this presentation. This year's class of honorees reflect the times we're in while peeking into the past and maintaining hope for the future. Please join me in welcoming this year's class of Hispanic Heritage Awardees. For the arts, Salma Hayek. For vision, Ivy Queen. For sports, Coach Ron Rivera. For Inspira, Cali Uchis. With the STEM Award, we honor Christina, Hernández, Clara, and Diana Trujillo. And with the Legend Award, Carlos Santana. We will also be presenting a special 60th anniversary retrospective of West Side Story. Never has it been more important to demonstrate the tremendous value our community provides our great country. And this year's honorees demonstrate that value through their art, their work, their activism, their vision, and their service. But as I said earlier, we also have to focus on youth. As a community, we are by far the youngest segment of the population, and who better to lead us forward than our youth? Throughout our program tonight, you'll meet this year's National Youth Awardees who were selected from more than 30,000 applicants from all 50 states, plus Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C., and then from 300 regional recipients. Thank you for the inspiration. I want to take a moment to thank our partners for stepping up at a time of crisis when many are stepping back. Without them, we not only wouldn't have tonight's awards, but we wouldn't be able to carry on our year-round mission focused on education, workforce, leadership, and culture. Thank you sincerely, not just for your support, but for your belief in our organization and our community. Starting with our presenting sponsor, Target, across all medallions. Nationwide, as our broadcast sponsor and official insurance and financial service partner, presenting the Sports Medallion. Boeing, STEM Medallion sponsor. The Coca-Cola Company, Legend Medallion sponsor and official beverage partner. T-Mobile, Vision Medallion sponsor and official wireless carrier. AARP, Arts Medallion sponsor. Southwest Airline, Inspira Medallion sponsor and official airlines partner. We also want to recognize Instagram as the hashtag Yo Soy Award sponsor, which you'll be seeing the amazing group of influencers we are recognizing with them in a few moments. MasterCard, Gold sponsor and official payments network. Wells Fargo, Gold sponsor and official banking partner. And also our silver sponsors, Saber es Poder, Verizon, the Walt Disney Company, and Microtech. And our copper sponsors, the American Petroleum Institute, Catholic Relief Services, Capital Wire, Es Tiempo, the Friends of the National Museum of the American Latino, the NFL, Johns Hopkins Medicine, and Twitter. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce our presenting sponsor, Target, for being there for our organization, for our community, and to me personally. And as an aside, Leisha Ward, thank you for letting me lean on you all these years in so many ways. Your friendship means the world to me. Diversity and inclusion are imperative to Target's business, and inclusivity is one of their key company values. To hear more, welcome our friend and Target Stores Group Vice President, Amanda Vela.
Bienvenidos, and good evening, everyone. I'm Amanda Vela, Stores Group Vice President, and on behalf of Target, it's an honor and privilege to be part of such an important night, recognizing trailblazers in the Latino community. Congratulations to all of tonight's honorees. I'm a proud member of the Target team, one that values inclusivity and takes care to celebrate our community's cultural influence and contribution that continue to impact not only America, but the world every day. I'm excited to share that this year, we introduced our first ever Latino Heritage Month product assortment, paying homage to the rich history and diversity of Latino culture. The collection was imagined by Target's Latino team members in partnership with Latino creators and entrepreneurs to ensure that when guests visit our stores, our community is seen and empowered. This is important because as Latinos, we know we're más que, more than, which reminds us that our heritage does not define who we are, but enriches the possibilities we bring to life every day for ourselves and others. This month's celebration is just one part of Target's efforts around diversity, equity, and inclusion, some core values that shape our culture and drive our business. We're continuing to make the critical investments needed in Latino-owned suppliers, media companies, and community organizations. In fact, we've invested more than $1.1 billion in the last 5 years to support the community. Tonight's honorees have proudly stood up for what they believe in. They were not silent. They used their voices to drive change, something that is core to who we are and strive to be at Target. I believe it's our responsibility to continue building a prosperous future for the next generation and to help our community with the resources and opportunities to dream big and achieve. On behalf of Target, thank you and enjoy the rest of the evening.
I'm Johanna Campos. I am studying fashion design in Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City.
My name is Eugenia Tricol, and I am a freshman at Arizona State University, Barrett the Honors College, pursuing a major in finance and a certificate in international business.
My name is Agustin Leon Sáenz. I'm currently a freshman at Harvard College, and I'm studying environmental science and engineering.
It's important for Latin voices to be at the forefront of calling for economic justice and sustainability because we need to ensure that no one is left behind.
Research can really be impactful for marginalized communities. We can use scientific advances to provide resources and help Indigenous communities, Black communities, and Latino and Hispanic communities.
When COVID was happening in El Salvador, they were also hit with some pretty bad rainstorms that left many on the streets. I have a lot of cousins that work in hospitals. They told me that I should use my sewing skills to make masks and sell them. I sent all of that money to my cousin and my friend, and we just made baskets full of clothing, baskets full of groceries, even medical kits because they needed surgical masks since they were in these shelters with everyone bunched up together.
I have firsthand witnessed the struggles faced within the Latino community, both here in the United States and back in Argentina, where my parents are from. That's another motivation for me to pursue finance, because I really see it as a means to achieve social goals.
We are also grateful to our broadcast sponsor, Nationwide, who are not only supporting tonight's awards, but also our Code as a Second Language program and a year-round series of financial education charlas and podcasts. Thank you, Lou, Lori, Hope, and the team. And now, to tell us more about Nationwide's commitment, please welcome Nationwide's Chief Marketing Officer, Ramon Jones.
Good evening. I'm Ramon Jones, Chief Marketing Officer for Nationwide. Nationwide is proud to be the broadcast partner of the 34th Hispanic Heritage Awards, helping to share tonight's celebration of Hispanic accomplishments and cultural pride with all of America right here on PBS. Partnering with the Hispanic Heritage Awards is among the many ways that Nationwide supports the success of the Hispanic community in all that they do. We are a company that not only is passionate about diversity, equity, and inclusion across our teams and those we serve, but we also put our words into action by investing in relationships and educational programs that benefit people from all walks of life. Tonight, it is an honor to partner with the Hispanic Heritage Foundation to highlight some of the greatest trailblazers from the Hispanic community representing business, sports, education, and more. Their hard work and dedication is an inspiration to us all, and we thank them for their commitment to creating lasting impact. On behalf of Nationwide, I want to congratulate this year's Sports Award honoree, Washington football team head coach, Ron Rivera. A true leader, Coach Rivera not only does his job well, he also paves the way for those around him to become successful leaders, making him a role model worthy of tonight's honor. Coach Rivera, thank you for all that you do, and congratulations on this outstanding achievement.
Hi, my name is Marina Sanchez. I'm studying computer science at Harvard University.
Hi, I'm Jessica Ramos. I am at UC Berkeley studying psychology.
My name is Melissa Reyes, and I'm currently studying history at Dartmouth College. Growing up, people knew me as Melissa Reyes. This seemingly minuscule problem affected my life as a first-generation immigrant. But out of my list, my love for journalism blossomed. Growing up in a predominantly Hispanic community, I realized the amount of people that can take advantage of those who struggle to speak English like my parents did. I refuse to let my former list prevent this from happening even more and prevent me from helping others and myself.
I downloaded a coding app just for fun, and then from there, it really just opened an entire world of programming to me. So since then, it's been like one of my biggest passions, so I've just decided to study it in college and hopefully take it to a life career.
It's extremely important to advocate for mental health services in my community because we have a lot of trauma that we carry as a community when it comes to gun violence. So when it comes to mental health, I want our younger generations, I want our future generations that are still not there yet to have those resources since we didn't get to, so that we can all us together make a better community.
It's so important to have the Latin community involved in tech and computer science. Our community is so much stronger and makes our build and has like these children looking up to us as influential figures, which is eventually what I hope to be one day to the younger generations of the Hispanic community.
To tell us more about AARP's support, please welcome Vice President of Hispanic Latino Audience Strategies, our good friend, Yvette Peña.
Hola, I'm Yvette Peña, Vice President in the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at AARP. What an honor to represent AARP as the sponsor of the 34th Annual Hispanic Heritage Awards. Thank you to Tony Tijerino and his wonderful team for producing yet another wonderful program. Nosotros los Latinos are like millions of threads. Individually, we hold our own unique talents, perspectives, stories, and the gifts we give to the world. But together, we are unstoppable. We are entrelazados through our shared Hispanic heritage, our diverse backgrounds, and juntos through our achievements, contributions, and service, we strengthen the fabric of this nation. It is with great pleasure that I present to you AARP's honoree. She is a prolific actress, producer, and director, and like many of those nominated today, she has spent decades dedicating herself to social activism, philanthropy, particularly to help women and children around the globe rise from hardship to access opportunities and a better future. Whether you watch her on screen or in action as a humanitarian, you cannot deny how poderosa she is. And AARP is honored to feature her on the cover of AARP the magazine for the October-November issue. I am pleased to present this year's Arts Award to Salma Hayek. On behalf of AARP, gracias for being here, and here's to weaving a brighter future for Latinos of all generations. Enjoy the show.
My name is Leo Daniels, and I'm currently attending Stanford University. As a Mexican American and African American, I have expanded my perception of the world around me by being first-generation college-bound, bisexual, biracial, a male, able-bodied.
My name is Michelle Alas Molina. My pronouns are she, her, hers, ella. Having been born in El Salvador and then moving to the United States, I define myself in international contexts. I take pride in being a woman of color because my femininity and my Salvadoran heritage are integral parts of who I am.
My name is Sebastian Adriano. I'm Puerto Rican. I was born in Puerto Rico. My entire family is Mexican, so they immigrated to Puerto Rico. I wasn't really sure who I was in this world. What part of your identity is American? What part is Latin American? And then if I add to that my Mexican identity, things become very complex. If we just start seeing ourselves as part of the world, as part of the human race, we can actually address the topics that affect all of us, not a single community or nation.
It is essential we are at the forefront of making change, making sure Latinos have access to healthy food, free testing, implementing programs that will help support undocumented people to trust healthcare.
Latina folk are a backbone of this country, and a vast majority of us work blue-collar jobs. So many of us make ourselves small and quiet. The need to assimilate is very real. Trust me, I felt it. I've had to learn to be loud and to take up space. As a woman of color, I have contributed in the building of communities, and I've advocated for those of us who have stayed quiet for far too long.
To tell us more about Southwest Airlines' commitment, please welcome Director of Community Outreach, Laura Nieto.
Buenas noches, Hispanic Heritage Foundation familia. I'm Laura Nieto, Director of Community Outreach at Southwest Airlines, and we're honored to be a longtime partner of the Hispanic Heritage Foundation for more than 20 years. I'd like to introduce you to Patrick Alva. Patrick is a storyteller who captures moments that matter for our company, our customers, and our communities.
Hola! Photography and storytelling have been a passion of mine for many years. I love to meet new folks, listen to their story, and challenge myself to create the best content for our social channels. It's not easy to be vulnerable and tell a stranger your story, so it's a huge accomplishment for me when a Southwest employee or customer tells me that they love the video and how it turned out. It's one of the best feelings for me in the world. I often travel for work and for fun. It's great to see the destinations that we serve and to learn the culture in those cities. When I was growing up, my family didn't have extra money to purchase flights. I now love using my travel benefits to connect with family and friends and to give them the gift of travel as well. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Be proud, be yourself, and become a traveler.
On behalf of the Southwest family, we say congratulations to all of this year's awards recipients. Tonight, we celebrate you, your story, and your service to our community. And to the stars of today and tomorrow, we invite you to consider a career with heart. What will your story be?
As the COVID-19 pandemic continues, it's so important that we and our communities get vaccinated. To help us get the facts, please welcome Associate Professor of Medicine at Johns Hopkins Medicine, Dr. Kathleen Page.
Si usted tiene dudas o preguntas sobre la vacuna, por favor haga preguntas, pero hágaselas a gente fiable, hágaselas a su doctor, a trabajadores de salud, gente en la comunidad que está trabajando en el campo de vacunación, o vaya a sitios fiables como los sitios de salud pública de la CDC que tienen mucha información sobre la vacuna. Pero recuerde que también hay mucha mala información y que WhatsApp y Facebook no son médicos. Así que cuidado con los mitos, que hay muchos y rumores que existen en estos medios de comunicación, y consiga la información correcta para tomar la mejor decisión para usted y para su familia.
For the fourth year in a row, Instagram and the Hispanic Heritage Foundation are partnering to recognize Latinx creators that have been an inspiration within their community on Instagram. The hashtag Yo Soy effort further highlights our joint focus on providing impactful platforms for Latinx voices to be able to express, understand, and come together around our complex identities. Feel free to express your identities on Instagram using hashtag Yo Soy while we learn more about this year's winners of the hashtag Yo Soy award.
Identity means to me who and what you are, not only just how you look, but the culture that's instilled in you, your morals.
I've always been very lucky to be surrounded by and to be inspired by people who resist the limitations that people put on them.
I truly believe that we all have something special to share, that we all have something unique to offer the world. No one is gonna create the version of art that you might bring into this world.
Representation means that we need to listen to people within our community and connect with them, have compassion that their stories and experiences, although it's very different from yours, is still very much valid.
I'm Puerto Rican and Bolivian, and they share a lot of similarities, but they're so different, and the fact that we come in so many shades, shapes, and forms is just beautiful.
What can be really beautiful about social media is that you get to connect with other people's humanity.
If I could give any advice, I would say just to be authentic.
Do not follow the accounts that you feel like you're comparing yourself to.
There's gonna be a lot of people out there who are gonna do the same thing, but they're not gonna do it like you, okay? So just go out there and do the thing.
As communities all over the world have been impacted by the coronavirus pandemic, global warming, abject poverty, corruption, and violence, Black and Hispanic communities have been hit the hardest, testing our resilience, our patience, our faith. The Hispanic Heritage Foundation is pleased to continue our partnership with Catholic Relief Services to ensure that as Latinos in America, we're more deeply connected to Latin America and all our partners all over the world, where many of our families still live as we strive to bring light to this dark time. Let's learn more about their work, followed by a blessing by Father David Garcia.
Who is your neighbor? Does she live next door? Across the city? Across a border or several? ¿Quién es tu prójimo? As people of goodwill, we must see our neighbor. We must show compassion for our siblings who are forced to leave their homes because of poverty, violence, and climate change, who suffer from COVID-19 and a lack of vaccines. We know that while our neighbor's struggles may look different from our own, her desires are the same: food and shelter, a livelihood, safety, esperanza. Like us, her soul is tied to her homeland, and she does not want to leave. Together, we can work to address the root causes of migration in the Americas, to offer hope to our youth through innovative training in agriculture, to give our neighbors a reason to stay in their communities and live out their dreams. We are called to help and love our neighbors because we believe in human dignity, in mercy, and in action. Today, we walk together in bold solidarity, offering our understanding and our care throughout Latin America and the Caribbean. Because you are my neighbor.
Good evening. Let us pray. We gather tonight to celebrate leaders in our community. May they continue to inspire us, lead us, and be light in our world. While we celebrate in gratitude tonight, we also ask for strength and love as we face the many challenges and injustices that lie before us. Families forced to flee their homes, a changing climate, communities living on the margins of society, and a pandemic that continues to disrupt our way of life. We ask for blessings and guidance as humble servants working toward a more just, peaceful, and inclusive world. Together, we pray, Amen.
Thank you, Father. Okay, so as we close out this segment, I want to give you even more reason to tune in. This year's awards are hosted by past Hispanic Heritage awardee John Leguizamo. We are thrilled with this year's lineup of performers who will pay tribute to our honorees, our community, our culture, through remarkable performances we filmed all over the world. We open with an artist that if you don't know, you need to know, and we're thrilled to introduce him to America, Cimafunk from Cuba. We also have an acoustic version of her hit song by our Inspira awardee, Uchis. From the hit movie In the Heights, and soon to be Batgirl, we have Leslie Grace. We will pay tribute to America through the voice of Metropolitan Opera soprano, fellow Nicaraguan, Gabriella Reyes, joined by our familia at the American Pops Orchestra. And we will close with a special musical tribute to our legend awardee, who was my personal hero growing up, Carlos Santana, featuring performances by Black Pumas, The Mavericks, Alex Cuba, Ali Brooke, and past Hispanic Heritage awardee Juanes. And now here's a sneak peek of a couple of the performances that you'll be seeing tonight. So enjoy the program and prepare to be inspired.
Lo que te